Was good, was good. I just wanted to do a little bit of data analysis. I have a few statistics here that I got that we've accumulated. Actually, last year we accumulated this. And you know what? For some reason, I don't know why we don't use the tools that we've accumulated. Like, I did this study and I still don't trade it. Let's take a look at it. I'm looking specifically at this. So soybean oil is a commodity in the futures market. Symbol BO, at least in TradeStation, it's BO, bean oil. Now, bean oil closes at 1:20 Central Standard Time. So it goes from 8:30 a.m. to that's the open. That's when it kicks off to oh man, it's been so long since I traded this. It goes 8:30 till 1:20, right, in the afternoon, closes, reopens at 7 p.m. and it goes all the way till 7 in the morning. I actually don't even know. I think it stops in the morning session for a half hour. It stalls before the open. So 19. So it opens at 1700, closes at 1:20, opens at 17. Or sorry, 7 o'clock, 1900, and then it goes till. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to go to 5-minute bars. Let's see here. It goes till in the morning at 7:45. There you go. I remember that now. Okay, 7:45 it closes, and then it waits until 8:30 actually. So it's a 45-minute pause, just calm before the storm. Nothing, and then boom, 8:30 open. That's obviously when the most volatility happens, and then all the way until 1:20 it's closed. So it's an odd session. It's very strange. It's very strange. But there's enough volume for a little fish like me to make some money in that. I've traded it plenty of times, and the what is it called? The liquidity's fine. You can get in and out of the market just fine, even though it's not like the number one listed market in the world. You know, it's soybean oil. You know, but it's certainly liquid enough to trade. So I have this the statistics on it. Look at this. So when it closes at 1:20, right? When it closes at 1:20 in the afternoon, that's the end of the day. The next session is going to be starting at 7 p.m. But I'm going to say I'm going to replace all that overnight action just when the market makers are in, which is 8:30. Market makers are actually assigned with the I don't say market makers like it's some ambiguous figure, some shadow figure that we label. No, a market maker is someone whose job is to provide liquidity to the markets at the bid and ask. Those people are with, so in the stock market they're with they are paid by the exchange. So NYSE pays market makers to make markets on specific stocks, whatever it is. And you can, and there's plenty of whatever. There's rules to it, and I was looking at the guidelines that it starts at 8:30 lawfully. They have to start at 8:30. That's why the market opens at 8:30. That's why all the volume happens at market open, is because the market makers turn on their market making algorithms. In my opinion, based on what I've read and based on what I see from the actual documents, like I'm looking into being a market maker. How do I do this? Well, you need this and this. You need this. It says all the requirements. It says on the NYSE documents. I actually did a whatever. I don't know if I published, but I did a recording on it when I had the document up. But that's a tangent. But what I'm saying is we're ignoring the overnight. But if the overnight pushes it down and it creates a gap, We're saying how often is that gap filled? So 8:30 to 1:20, 1:20 close. Mark that. How often does that next bar, or sorry, the next day at 8:30, there's a gap there. How often does it fill? And when it's within 30 ticks, that gap is within 30 ticks, 86% of the time it fills the gap. That's huge. When are you ever going to get like an 80? And it doesn't even drop off much. Let's just call it 80%. 8 out of 10 times within 60 ticks. That's the number. Within 90 ticks, it's 75%. Still 3 out of 4 times within 90 ticks, which is a large number in soybean oil. It's $6 a tick, gentlemen. It's $6 a tick, and it costs like $2,000 to hold a contract. So 60 ticks. Let's just say 60 in the middle. Times $6. That's $360. But you have a 80% chance likelihood that it's going to fill the gap. That's the trade. And we're not judging it by anything else. We have statistics in front of us. We have 93 occurrences. All right. And 90 of them are within 90 ticks. So you don't even have to measure the ticks. The vast majority of the time, because the majority, 90 out of 93 of the days were within 90 ticks. So you could basically say that pretty much 3 out of 4 times it will fill the gap. Will. So that's a 75% chance. That's awesome. If you can find somehow a risk reward. So let's just dive into the charts. Let's go. Let's do the 15-minute chart so you can kind of see what's going on. Let's go. I don't care. Let's go the previous day, 4/29. Sure. No. What's the previous day? I don't know what Friday was. Thursday evening. So Thursday close. The 30th close. 30th. We closed at 1:20 in the afternoon. Boom. 1:20 close right there. Right there. Hold on. Boom. Close right there. Okay. You probably can't see it, but I can show you now. Whole lot of bars right now. Look at all these bars. If you see, this is the 120 candle. I'm going to put a... That's the 120 candle. That's where it closed at. This is the close. This is the close. Let's call it blue line is the close. Okay, now at 8:30. So the overnight action, again, the statistics ignored the overnight. Meaning, I don't care what the overnight does. I want to see where 8:30 opens. Where's 8:30? Where's 8:30? Holy smokes, 8:30 is far away. This is good. 8:30 is right here. Boom. 8:30 open. So 7:45. 8:30 open is this green line. Boom. So dark magenta right there. So this is the 8:30 open. Boom, right that open of the green bar. Now, if you see here, it closed here. The overnight pushed it upwards. Okay. Now all I know is that we see a gap here. We see a gap from here to here. We see a gap, and it's 0.33. That's 33 ticks, because a tick is 0.01. Each 0.01 move is $6, so $33. The width of that is 33 times $6 is $200. $200 on one contract. You can do up to however many contracts you want. Probably not, though. I mean, I would do no more than like 4 or 5. Because the liquidity, it is soybean oil. It's not the S&P 500. It's not Apple. It's not Tesla. It's soybean oil. So you can't be greedy as far as liquidity goes, which is great for the little fish like me. I'm a happy little fish. I like 1-2 contracts. That's fantastic. $400. That's a big bite for me. So I'm happy with that. Anyways, so $200 per contract is this gap. This is our profit zone. All right. If you sell short at open, whatever it is, we have what's a percent certainty? 75% certainty that it will fill this blue line. Let's see what happened. It lifts off, immediately goes towards filling the gap, and it tricks us. It says, nope, we're not going to fill the gap. We were so close to fill the gap there, right at the open. Wow, but it got rejected. Probably a lot of people got stopped out here. Boom, all the way up here. We were probably negative $250 here at this point. Yeah. And then it goes down. When is this? 9 o'clock. Reversal in the last hour. It goes all the way back down. 10:15. By 10:15, it hits the bottom. And honestly, it touches it on the tick. This is just perfect. I'm surprised that this day that I randomly picked out, literally the previous day, I didn't see this beforehand. Marks, this is at 10 o'clock during the day. It fills gap. It certainly fills gap. But guess what it fills gap to? By the tick. Literally, if I put my target there, I probably wouldn't have been filled. You have to put it ahead of it by a tick, because it did not move any more than the exact tick. It filled the gap. It checked that box. That's all it needed to do, because obviously it didn't do it for the remainder of the day and then the next day. So super interesting concept. And I'm just surprised that, dude, these are statistics that people can trade on the open. This is just a game plan. I mean, look at it. 3 out of 4 times, it's going to fill that gap. Obviously, other people pay attention to this too, because look at the low. Where did it land? Exactly at the previous day's close. So that close to open that gap, the gap fill, I'm certain that there's a lot of people paying attention to that, because I don't know. I mean, it just feels like a simple trade, and it's 3 out of 4 times it will fill it. 3 out of 4 times. And even more so if it's closer. If the gap is close, like 30, like it was today, this was 33 ticks. That means it's past 30, so it's within 60. That means 8 out of 10. Not 7.5 out of 10, whatever. I mean, pretty much the same thing. Who cares? There's so much noise in the data anyways, that I would just round number it 3 out of 4 times. You know, we don't have to complicate things. It's not going to be perfect, but you can bet on it 3 out of 4 times that this soybean oil gap fill will happen. It will happen 75% of the time. 100% of the time, it will happen 75% of the time. Imagine that. Yeah. If you can wrap your brain around probability, I don't think I can. Been trying to for a long time. It's very strange. 3 out of 4 times. What does that mean? I can guarantee it? Our brain works in these guarantees. Like, it's like, is this going or no? You know, like, you never really know. It's 3 out of 4 times. It's likely to. Or it could lose, but it's highly unlikely, which is true. 75% versus 25%. That's highly unlikely. 75% is very likely. And it did. Anyways, it did. No surprise there, because the statistics say that. So when it goes up like this, short it. Oh, it didn't fill gap yet. Short the sucker, I guess. I mean, that's what I would do. And if you get stopped out, that's fine. That's fine, because you had so much profit. Look at, I don't know where this went to, but if you, let's say, took this zone, whatever, you would have got stopped out. Nice. But is there any other way to get in? I mean, if you're running statistics on it, I don't know. Certainly there's probably a way to get in short. Or just get in short with your stop far away, like very far away. You never want to do that, though. So maybe a double. You know how this is 1, so I'll do 0.5. So technically you buy at the open, or sorry, sell short at the open towards the gap fill, and your risk on the trade is double your reward. So you give it plenty of room. Plenty of room. If you stop out there, you are absolutely wrong. Like, wrong. And, okay, in that case, stop me out. But in that case, you have to win more than 66% of the time. Which is true! You're probably going to win more than 66% of the time. Because 75% of the time, it does fill gap. So you're protected, on statistically speaking, in my opinion. So, I don't know why I don't do these things. I think it's just, I have a basket full of algos that do these things for me, so I don't have to pay attention, because I have my own strategy, discretionary strategy going. I can't pay attention to this stuff too. This is just simple code. You can code this easily. The close, gap fill the gap, short to the gap. That's it. I mean, and plant your stops in the appropriate position. I don't think we have to complicate it, honestly. So definitely turn it into an algo, and there's plenty more. There's plenty more gap fill type of things, especially on the ES. There's a few gap fill ideas, but it gets more complicated because, wow, yeah, it gets a little bit more complicated when with the width of the gap on the ES. But yeah, that's for another video. Yeah, dude, it's a cool idea. All right, peace.
Get used to, but there's no man as terrified as the man who stands to lose you. Oh, I hope I don't lose you. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Oh, please.
All right, deuces.